Greetings, our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is L.D. Smith, the Watchman on the wall. Your Watchman, Israel. Israel, it is our Sabbath. Grab that King James. Oh, we got a fine teaching. We got a fine teaching tonight, as always. But first and foremost, we want to give a shout out to the whole family. Happy Sabbath, Israel. Now that being said, let us go into our teaching tonight. Israel, as I always say, I want you to think about what we are discussing. Words are very important, okay? And I want you to listen to what you are reading, okay? Because, as I always say, I want you to read along with me. And I know the Most High will give you an understanding. And as I always say, this is only for Israel. This is not for the world. We do not believe in the system that the New Testament talks about. This great gathering of everybody. No. That is not what we are about here. We are about what the Most High says. The people and the children of Israel. Nobody else. Now, that being said, we want to say something else too. Israel, there's a lot of chatter been on our page. Different ones talking about Dead Sea Scrolls and talking about the book of Enoch and I mean just talking all this old bullshit. Listen, let me tell y'all something right now. I mean, I have said this repeatedly and I'm gonna say it again. Where were you guys when the Most High called me and ran me up out of my basement? When the words jumped up off the page and went in me? Where were you guys? I don't even know any of you guys. None of you fuckers. I don't know any of you all. And when the Most High called me, wasn't any of you guys there. As a matter of fact, I don't even know your ass now. So why are you trying to instruct me? I only have one individual that instructs me, and that's the Most High. No one else. I mean, I am not trying to seek out anyone else for any advice, okay? I get everything that the Most High gives me out of King James. Now, my question to all you ones that reading all the other books, why are you on our page? I mean, I strictly tell you, for out the gate, we're coming from the King James. I mean, you're on my page. I'm not seeking out you. Neither did I ask for your help. Neither do I want your help. I don't need your help. I have one person that one individual that is the Most High. He's the one that is instructing me. Okay? So don't come on our page trying to show how much knowledge you have by reading all the other damn books. I don't give a damn what book you read. But you're not going to teach on this page here. Got it? Now get to stepping. Because this page here is strictly from the King James. And that is speaking through the Most High. From the Most High. Now, like I said, I try to be nice, but look, no more being nice. The first comment that is not uplifting and not magnifying our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters is going to be deleted. I'm not playing any more games, okay? I'm telling you straight out the gate, before we get started tonight, we do not appreciate that bullshit. And your comments will be deleted, and I will put your ass in spam, because you're not gonna come on this page here and then propaganda all these other old damn books and bullshit. Talking about what somebody. How do you know? How do you know the enemy did not plant those books? That's my question. And you might say the same thing about me, but I'm telling you, I know I had an experience with the Most High. And anyone that listened to me, any of my videos, they know that, hey, he's not capable of doing what he's doing. I mean, it's the Most High. He's the one that is directing me. So I'm telling you, and I mean it. I did not ask for anyone's help, and I don't want your help, okay? Now, if you want to comment on this page, it better be something that is going to be edifying Israel and lifting up Israel. Any other bullshit will be deleted, and I mean that. Now, Israel, back to you, my brothers and sisters. Let us get into our teaching. We're gonna solidify this thing about me not having a beard. Okay. See, a lot of them quote scriptures, and they hear scriptures that somebody else said, and somebody else said, and somebody said, and nobody have any clarification of anything, because they got beards, and the Most High is not telling them a damn thing. Because if he was, they wouldn't be on my page, and they have a beard. Does that make sense? I know it does. But I'm gonna stop these mouths about this beard shit tonight. Now that being said, let us go forward. And like I say, I prove everything I say. I prove everything I say. Now let's go to the book of Leviticus. And like I said, for all those that want to comment, and say something nice about Israel, hey, go for it. But if you're gonna come on this page and talk about all kind of other books, and you need to look at this, and you need to look at that, I'm not gonna put up with that bullshit. See, because let me tell you something. Another thing too, talking about, it's a lot of books missing and this and that. I don't give a damn how many books missing. Had you not read Daniel chapter 4 verse 32, where he told Nebuchadnezzar, these things will happen to you until you learn. Until you learn that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. And see, that's what needs to happen to a lot of you guys that's running around here bumping your damn gums. Y'all need to realize that whether books was taken out or not, it doesn't change God being God. And God is the one that is ruling in the kingdom of men, and also in heaven, in the armies of heaven. So I don't understand. Well, I do know that is because the Most High is not talking to you. He is not talking to you. And all y'all doing is just going off of what y'all think and what somebody else have said. Damn what somebody else have said, what you have heard somebody else say. Look at what the Most High say. The Most High say, he ruleth in the kingdom of men. End of story. I don't give a damn what somebody else say. The Most High is ruling. And if something is missing, he caused it to be missing. Now, let's go into our lesson, Israel. We're going to be coming from the book of Leviticus here. And as I say, my sisters and brothers, let us listen to the wording. And as I said, pay very, very close attention to what the writing is saying, okay? Now, we're going to be looking at Leviticus chapter 18. We're going to read in verses 1 through 5, okay? But we're going to take our time with it. Now, we're in Leviticus chapter 18. Let's start with verse 1. It says, And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Lord your God. After the doing of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt. Okay, let's get this straight right here. God is telling Moses to speak to the children of Israel and go back, and then this is what you did when you was in Egypt. Okay? Not where, we're going to deal with where you're going. But I want to get something straight right now. When you was in the land of Egypt, you were doing a certain thing. Okay? Now let's go forward. Wherein you dwelt, ye shall not do, and after the doing of the land of Canaan. So in other words, what you did in Egypt, okay, when you go to the land of Canaan, I don't want you doing that. All right? But as long as you was in the land of Egypt, I let you did what you was doing. That was okay. All right? Let's get that straight right now out the gate. Now, let's go forward here. He says, Whether I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye walk in their ordinance. See that? Going right back. What you did in Egypt, I don't want you to do it in the land of Canaan. Now look what it says. Ye shall do my judgments and keep my ordinance and walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgment, which if a man do, he shall live in them, and I am the Lord. I am the Lord. I am the Lord. Now, let us go a little further. We got that straight, right? Now, what he said there is what you did in Egypt. You were not in your land when you were in Egypt. You were in the enemy's land. You were in someone else's land, okay? You was doing certain things. But now I'm going to take you into another land. I want you to stop doing those things because you are in your land that I'm going to give you. Now, is that clear? We all, everybody's on the same page. They was doing something over here in Egypt, but now are you going over here into Canaan, which is why I'm gonna give that land to you. I don't want you to do what you did over in Egypt. Okay? All right. Now let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. Let us go there. Now watch right here, my brothers and sisters. See, because I'm gonna stop their mouths. They need to see, if you can't understand the writing of God, then you can't see what the Most High is saying. All you doing is going on what you think. And like I says, what a person think ain't about shit. It's what the Most High says. Now we're in Deuteronomy 28, 68. Look what he says. So he said, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Okay? By the way thereof I speak unto you, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you or save you. Okay, all right, now look what he says here. You going back into Egypt. Okay, so now once you go back into Egypt, what happens? You go back doing the same things you was doing when you was in the first Egypt. Huh? That makes sense? Am I making sense? I want this to be crystal, to all of these out here worrying about this right here. See, because when you are in someone else's land, you can't do what you want to do. And as I said in other videos, the job that I cannot have a beard. And another thing, let's say I can't grow a beard because it won't grow. Not only that, I have been around for over 50 years. I know, a good over 50 years and some change. And I have seen a lot of Indians pictures of Indians. Those are our brothers. Now I'm not talking about these ones that look like the white man. I'm talking about the original ones that walked over here before God broke the planet up. And separated and put all this water between different nations. I'm talking about when they walked over here. Now, I hadn't ever seen an Indian, a true Indian, with a beard. Huh? Think about that. Not one time. See, so that lets me know that all tribes didn't have beards. Because the Indian can't grow one. But I don't ever see all of these smart asses. The one that come on our page talking about the beard and this and that. Why you never mention about the Indian? I'm not talking about all this mixed shit now. I'm talking about the true Indian. You never seen any of them that ever had a beard at any time. But you're too ignorant to see that. You know why? Because 9 times out of 10, you're not Hebrew. You got a beard, but you're not the chosen. Now, let's go forward here. We see here that God says, I'm going to send you back into Egypt again by ships. Now, let's go back to the book of Leviticus. Let's look at the 19th chapter. Now, we're going to be reading from verses 23 down to 23, and we're going to look at verse 27. Now, let's look at verse 23. It says here, and when ye shall come into the land, and ye shall have planted all manner of trees for food, then ye shall count the fruit thereof as uncircumcised. 3 years shall it be as uncircumcised unto you, and it shall not be eaten of you. The point that I want to bring about is the first part of it. And when you shall come into the land. Huh? See, that's the point that I'm trying to stress. When you are in your land, you got to do what the Most High says. But when you in somebody else's land, you got to do what they say do. And like I say, I have to have income. But see, these dumb asses that come on our page, they don't look at the message of the Most High. They forget all about what the Most High says and just focus on me. Oh, he don't have any hair on his head. He don't have a beard. Well, then you got a beard on in the Most High. He's not talking to you, and you got a beard. So if a beard determines what your level of understanding with the Most High is, then I don't have a beard, and I got way more understanding of the Most High than you, and you got a beard. That makes sense to me. But anyway, we're talking about in the land where they're going, in the Canaan. Now, let us go a little further. Let's jump down to verse 27. It said, now look what he said. Let's read 26 and 27. It said, ye shall not eat anything with blood, neither shall ye use enchantments nor observe time. See that? Now these are the things that they did in Egypt. Now look what he says. Ye shall not round the corners of your head. So apparently they was rounding the corners of their head. But where were they? They was in Egypt. Okay, neither shall thou marry the corners of thy beard. Where were they when they did this? They was in Egypt, but now they're going into Canaan. They're going into a land that God has given them that they're going to possess. But now, where? My question to all these that are worrying about a fucking beard now, where are we? If you are a Hebrew Israelite, where are we? Are we in our own land? Are we in Egypt? What did the Most High say in Deuteronomy 28, 6-8? He said, I'm going to take you back into Egypt again by ship, the house of bondage. Where are we? That's my question. Where are we? All y'all do is bump your damn gums and Katie. God is not giving you nothing. And all you can do is just bump your gums because you don't know what in the hell you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just saying something that you heard somebody else say. Instead of, if you're Hebrew, get into the word of the Most High and ask him to show it to you. But oh no, that's too hard. I'm just going to take what somebody else says. Israel, that's why I tell you guys. I ask you guys, at the beginning of every video, I ask you guys to read along. And I want you to think about what is being said and what is transpiring before you. See, because I want you are the one that is going to ultimately make the decision. It's not my decision. I am teaching and I'm asking you to go along with me so that you can learn and you can see for yourself. If you disagree, then you disagree. But at least I'm giving you the option to read along with me. I'm not telling you this is what it says. I'm telling you, read along with me. And see what I'm saying doesn't make any sense to you. But everywhere else, they tell you this is the way it is. And that can be further from the truth. That's not right. Now, let's go a little further. Let's stay in Leviticus. Let's look at Leviticus 21. And watch this right here. We're going to read 21, 1 through 6. Now watch right here. Now, this here is going to give you an idea. It's going to give you a picture of who wore beards. Okay? Now, that being said, I'm going to show you about Levi. Okay? But now, if you look at the society that we live in, they have structured their society similar to the structure of how the Most High structured the nation of Israel. And I'm going to explain it to you later on down in the video once I get past chapter 21 here, and then I'm gonna revert back to it, and then we're gonna see what's transpiring. Okay, now let's look at 21 here. It says, verse 1, it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, speak unto the priests, the sons of Aaron. Who did he say speak to? The priests. So out the gate we know that we're talking about the priests. All right, Levi, the sons of Aaron. All right, now look what he says. He says, and say unto them, there shall none be defiled for the dead among his people, but his kin that is near unto him, that is for his mother, and for his father, and for his sons, and for his daughters, and for his brothers, for his sister a virgin that is nigh unto him, which hath had no husband, for her may he be defiled, but he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself. See that? Now, who are we talking about? Levi. Now let's read on down here, verse 26. He say, They shall be holy unto their God, and not profane the name of their God. For the offering of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of their God, they do offer. Therefore they shall be holy. Who's talking about? Talking about Levi. These are the ones that is in a special office, that is special. Now I'm gonna show you something here. Let's go a little further. Let's go back to Exodus 19. Now remember, who is special? Levi. Now let's go to Exodus. Now I'm gonna show you Exodus 19. Now watch it right here, my brothers and sisters. You need to see it for your own self. Exodus 19. Let's look at verses 1 through 5. And look what it says. In the third month, when the children of Israel were going forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departing from Rephaim and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness. And there Israel camped before the mount. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him out of the mount, saying, Thus shalt thou say unto the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I do unto the Egyptians. Now here we see that Moses is going out to see God, and he's talking about the children of Israel. Now let's look at verse 5. He says, Now therefore, if ye obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people upon the earth. Now, he's telling who? Levi. And the children of Israel, the house of Jacob, that they should be a peculiar people unto him. Different. Now, let's jump here on down to verse 11. Now, verse 11 here is talking about when we talked about last night. Wednesday night teaching, where God is getting Israel and telling them to be preparation to meet God. Okay, now we know that they are a special people. Now let's go here a little further. Let's look at 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel. Let's go there. 2 Samuel verses. Let's look at verse 10. Chapter 10. Now we can read verses 1 through 5. Now, watch it right here now. Now, I'm going to show you. We know that Levi has to have a beard. That's part of their look. They have to have a beard, and plus they was dressed in different clothing. And when they had a breastplate on, they had all these stones on it and whatnot. If you read, back in the Old Testament here, you will see, that they had a breastplate on, and then they also had the bells on, that so when they go back in the back of the Holy of Holies, and also had a rope on them also. So like they making noise back there, they know that they were still alive, but if they didn't make any noise back there, they knew that God had killed them, and so that they would drag them out. But anyway, let's look at 2 Samuel, the 10th chapter. Look at verses 1 through 5. It says, And it came to pass after this, that the king of the children of Ammon died, and Hanam the son reigned in his stead. Then said David, I will show kindness unto Hanam the son of Nahash, as his father showed kindness unto me. And David sent to comfort him by the hand of his servants. Now note what he says. Who? His servants. These are King David's servants. Now look at what happened. I want you to remember the word servants. For his father, and David sent servants, and David's servants came into the land of the children of Ammon. And the prince of the children of Ammon said unto Hanun, There, Lord, thinkest thou that David doeth honor thy father, that he has sent comforts unto thee? Hath not David rather sent his servants unto thee to search the city and to spy it out? Now notice now, we keep hearing the word servants. David, the king's servants. Now you keep that in mind, because if you keep that in mind, then you can tie into what we're talking about here in the end. Now look what it says here. It says, wherefore, it says in the latter part of verse 3, it says, sent his servants unto thee to search the city and to spy it out and to overthrow it. Wherefore Hanan took David's servants, and shaved off, the one half of their beards, and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. And when they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jerusalem until your beards are grown, and then return. Now the point that I'm going to make out here is this. David was king over Israel. All of his servants had to have beards. That's just like, for instance, if you go downtown, they have structured the sheriff department where the judge, he makes a decision, and the sheriff, they come out, they're in uniform. If you look back at all the Roman colonies, all the Roman empire, when they had their soldiers, all of them looked alike. They was in uniform. They had a breastplate on. They had a helmet on. They had a spear. They had a shield. They had knee and leg protection. They had all the protection around their loins. They all had to look a certain way. And see, here it's the same structure that the king had. All of them had to have beards, but not all Israel had to have beards. Only the ones that was in authority. The ones that were in authority, they had to look a different way from the regular public. I mean, if you look around in your society right now, wherever you are, you see that every day you could leave out your dwelling places. The ones that are in authority, that are not cloaked, they have to look a certain way. They look different from the normal public. I mean, if you just think about it, I mean, this make all the sense in the world. One can't miss this. But if you're not educated and God has not opened his word up to you where you can see it, you won't see it. You'll think that all of Israel have to have a beard, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Now, let's go a little further here. Let's go to Chronicles, First Chronicles. Watch it right in, my brothers and sisters. Now we see that all of David's servants had beards. It didn't say all of Israel. It didn't. It said David's servants. Over and over, the word servants pop up. Servants. It popped up. I mean, but if God has not given you insight, you won't see it. You'll read over it and just start talking about, well, they got their beards cut off. But why? Why did they have beards? Because of the position that they held. They were David's servants. They went out. Even the mighty men of valor, they had beards. But everybody else, they didn't have beards, because they had to look a different way. Now, Leviticus 19, let's read verses 1 down to verses 5. It said, now it came to pass after that Nahash, the king of the children of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his stead. And David said, I will show kindness unto Hanun, the son of Nahash, because his father showed kindness unto me. And David sent messengers to comfort him concerning his father. So the servants, see that? The servants of David came into the land of the children of Ammon, and Hanun to comfort him. But the prince of the children of Ammon said unto Hanun, thinkest thou that David didst honor thy father, that he has sent comforters unto thee? Are not his servants come unto thee for to search out and overthrow and spy out the land? Wherefore Hanun took David's servants and shaved them and cut off their garments in the middle, haired by their buttocks, and sent them away. And then there went certain and told David how the men were shaved, and he sent and met them, for the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jerusalem, at Jericho, until your beards are grown, and then return. Now, the same thing, my brothers and sisters, is right in the pages. Servants. His servants had beards. Now, why didn't it say about the other certain ones? It was certain ones that found out about it and came back and told David. It doesn't mention anything about them having beards or anything. Why? Because that is not important in this segment of the teaching, of the writing. Now let's go a little further here. Let's go to Ezra 9. Now watch this, my brothers and sisters. Like I said, it's right in the pages. Now, I told you that you had to have a office, or you had to be in your land, or you had to be either a priest, or king, or the servants, or a prophet, in order for you to be different from all the common people. Now look what Ezra says here. Ezra 9:1. Let's look at verses 1 through 3. Look what it says. It said, now, when these things were done, the princes came to me and said, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the land, doing according to their abominable, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Pitzites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites, and the Moabites, and the Egyptians, and the Amorites. For they have taken their daughters for themselves and for their sons, that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands, yea, the hand of the prince and the rulers has been chief in this trespass. And when I heard this thing, I rent my garments and my mantle, and plucked off the hair of my head and my beard, and sat down astonished. Now, we see here, Ezra, the priest, the prophet, pulled out all the hair out of it, but not all of it, but he started pulling the hair out of his head and out of his beard. Now, like I said, you have to be a prophet, priest, or the servants to show to everyone else that you are different. You are different from the common Joe. And that's how God had his structure. Just like I said, every organization that you can think of that they have here in America, they have their own costume. They have their own way of dressing. They have their own. Even Israel had their own way too. But what I'm saying is, if you look at the way that society is structured here in Western civilization, even if you have a lodge, they dress a certain way to show you that we're different from everybody else. I mean, it's right in the pages. And God is the same way. All those that were not in positions did not have a beard. It wasn't required. But those that was in a position of a priest, or either one of the king's servants, or either the king's armor bearer, they had to have a beard. All those, because they was not considered the regular people that was in Israel. They was people of status. Now let's go here a little further. Let's go to Psalms 133. Let's go there, my brothers and sisters. Psalms 133. Now, this is a very short one here, but as I say, I want you to listen at the word and think about it. Now, look what it said. Psalms 133, verses 1 and 2. It says, behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. See that? Now, it is like, okay, not that it is. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard. See that? What was Aaron? Priest. Then he says here that went down to the skirts of his garments. Now we see here again, Aaron was a priest. His sons they were all priests. Okay? they had to have beards. It was part of their makeup. It was part of the tribe of Levi. See what I'm saying? They all had to have beards because it was part of their makeup. Just like they had to dress a certain way. God gave them a dress code. And this is how all of them had to dress. They had to all put on these certain kind of clothes. So when you saw them, you know, hey, that's Levi. Look at him. He got a beard. Look at the clothing. This what separated them and made them identifiable from everyone else. Now, Israel, let's go down here and look at something else here. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. I'm going to show you about how the Most High, feels about his children. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy here. Deuteronomy 29, I think. Yeah, let's go there. Deuteronomy 29. Let's read verses 2, 3, and 4. Look what he says here. It says, "And Moses called unto the children of Israel and said unto them, Ye have seen all that the Lord did before your eyes in the land of Egypt unto Pharaoh, and unto all his servants, and unto all his land. The great tempest which thine eyes have seen, the signs and those great miracles." See that? Those great miracles. Then it goes on, it says, "Yet the Lord hath not given you a heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day." See, that's why a lot of people come on our page and say all kind of things, because they don't have any insight. God have not given them insight. God has not given them eyes to see. God has not given them ears to hear. That's why they say all kind of foolish ass shit. And then they come on here and be so bold about it, like, well, I know this and I know that. Look, you don't know a damn thing. All you're doing is going about what, and you have heard something that somebody else said. Instead of you following up, you don't do that. That's too hard. You just take for what they say and just run with it and just go here spreading lies and don't know anything about what you're talking about. Don't know nothing about nothing. Now, let's go a little further here. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel. My brothers and sisters, now watch it right here. Ezekiel 36. Let's read verse 22 on down to 28. It says, "Therefore saith the Lord of hosts, therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord God, I do not this for your sake, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen whither you went. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, saith the Lord God, when I shall sanctify in you before their eyes." See, my brother and sister, God is going to show the world that we are his people. I want to tell you, and believe me, this thing here is almost over with. My brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, the thing that you see now, it shows you. It shows you that God is not far off. God will, listen, not getting off the teaching, but down in Orlando, that guy went in there and killed up all them fags, all them lesbians, and shot up the place and stuff. They want to think that it was all about his land and America bombing them and stuff. Yeah, that's probably part of it. But God made him do that, though. God made him do everything that he did. He thought that he was doing that on his own, but God made that individual go in and do that. And see, the same way God is going to turn America against America. I'm talking about the whites against the whites. Watch what I tell you. That's coming. I mean, that's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. Watch what he does. And see, God says all through the Old Testament, I will cause, 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 I will cause. But see, most people they read over that. They see it and hear it, but they don't see it and hear it. You got to have, God has to give you an eye to see it and have to give you an ear to hear it. And anybody knows when someone else calls it something, they're the one that's doing it. I mean, honestly, my brothers and sisters, we have such a love, and we're so devoted to our people. And like I say, only Israel. My concern is only my people. My love is only for my people. All these others that coming on here, and most of them, I know they're not Hebrew because they got a little blue dot. I mean, if you are Hebrew, why won't you show your face? Who are you hiding from? What are you hiding from? Are you hiding from the authorities? I mean, I have a job too. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I have a job too. I'm at the point now where I know the Most High. I don't give a damn. Whatever happens, He's in control. I don't care. And I mean that. But they all got these blue dots. I mean, what are you afraid of? I mean, if you're afraid of your job, then that I can go along with. But my brothers and sisters, a lot of them, it's not about their job and stuff. They are afraid because they know what they look like, and they want to try to disrupt God's program. But I'm here to tell you that you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time. You are fighting against God, and baby, you won't win. And I know that. I mean, I can definitively say that you will not win. You're just wasting your time. Now, let's go back here and look at this again here. We're in Ezekiel 36. We're reading 20, 21, and 22. Let's look here at 23. It says, I will sanctify my great name, which ye have profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them, and the heathen shall know that I am the Lord, saith the Lord, when I shall sanctify in you before their eyes. And I will take you from among the heathens and gather you out of all the countries, and will bring you into your own land. And I will sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness. And from all your idols, I will clean you. Not the Holy Ghost, not Jesus. God said, I'm going to do it. But the Christians over there hollering about, the Holy Ghost have made me clean. Jesus have made me clean. I repented for my sins. Bunch of bullshit. Because Jesus cannot make you clean. Only the Most High. And the Most High here is talking about Israel. He didn't say he's going to clean nobody else. Nobody talking about being grafted in and all that bullshit. No, he said Israel. And look what he says. A new heart, 26. Also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, who Israel, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh, who Israel, and I will put my spirit within you. See that? Now here, this word I was just talking about. Think about it, my brothers and sisters. Here is the word. See, that's why I keep telling you, God is always in control. Ain't no man doing nothing. God is doing everything. Now look what he says here. And cause you. Did you hear what I say? I'm going to read it again. He said, and will cause you, Israel, to walk in my statutes. And you, Israel, shall keep my judgments and do them. Who? You, Israel? Nobody else? I told y'all Christians, y'all ain't got no hope. Jesus lied to y'all. Y'all all messed up. Boy, I tell you, y'all is a sight for sore eyes. And look what he says here. And you shall dwell in the land that I gave to your fathers. And ye shall be my people, and I will be your God. Now, it seems like to me there's some conflict there between what God said and what Jesus said. Jesus said, for God so loved the world. God said, no, I'm going to be Israel God. I mean, can't y'all see that there's conflict there? But no, y'all love Jesus so much. And I had a fool to put on my page today, on our page. he was directing the question to me about what Jesus gonna do on Judgment Day, and asking for forgiveness or something like that. He said, "Man, I don't want to hear that bullshit. Don't you ever pray to Jesus for me. Don't you ever do that. If you're listening, I'm telling you, don't you ever, as long as breath is in your body, don't you ever pray to Jesus for me." And I mean that with all sincerity. I mean that. Don't you ever put my name anywhere in a statement or a sentence and have Jesus' name tacked in there anywhere. Don't you ever do that bullshit. And I mean that. Now, let's go a little further here. Let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah. Well, let's look at look at Jeremiah 31. Let's go there. Let's look at Jeremiah 31. Let's look at that scripture, my brothers and sisters. Look at what the Most High says about his people. Jeremiah 31. Okay, look what he says here now. Jeremiah 31:33, he say, but this, 33 says, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, like what we're doing now, and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sins no more. Isn't that wonderful, my brothers and sisters? See that? Now, God here is saying that he will never remember Israel's sins anymore. Why would Jesus have to come and die for us? I mean, my brothers and sisters, right in the pages. And like the scripture I read to you before, God has to give you an eye to see it and an ear to hear it. I'm talking to all of those that can see it and hear what I am saying, and what you're reading is right here in the pages, my brothers and sisters. If you can't see this and you can't hear this, then you're not Hebrew. You're not. I mean, I am being fair. Like I said in other videos, if an individual wants someone to lie to them, then go somewhere else, because I'm not going to lie to you about anything. My primary goal is to instruct my sisters and brothers. That's all. And I do it with deep concern, with nothing but pure positive love. Because listen, I and the Rib have been lied to and lied on all of our days. But not only the Rib and I, Israel, you have been lied on too. You have been lied to all your days. And as a matter of fact, you are still being lied to and lied on even as I speak. I know what I'm talking about. I will not lie to you about nothing. Know why? Because you are too important to us. More than that, I'm afraid of the Most High. And not only that, you are too important to the Most High. We are the apple of his eye. Now let's look at something else here. Let's stay in Jeremiah. Let's look at chapter 31. Here, let's look at read verses 1 through let's read verse 7 through 14. It says, for thus saith the Lord, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chiefs, among the nations publics. Ye shall praise, yea, and say, O Lord, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Nobody else. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and gather them from the coast of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, and the women with child, and he that travail with her that travaileth with a child together, and great company shall return hither. they shall come with weeping and with supplication. Will I lead them? I will cause them. See that? I will cause them. God is doing it all. Ain't no devil. Honestly, ain't no devil. Ain't no Lucifer. Ain't no Satan. God is doing it all. He said, I will cause them to walk by the rivers of water in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am the father of Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Not Jesus. Not Jesus. My sisters and brothers, we take a pride in it's a privilege for us to come into your homes and bring you a word on the midweek teaching and on the Sabbath. And as I say, we are more confident that our God, He is only for us. And as you read along with us, and as you begin to grow and learn and grow, you will see that what we're saying is nothing but the truth. Now, my brothers and sisters, we wish all of our sisters and brothers all over a happy Sabbath. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, shalom.